Raise your hand if you think I played well. Raise your hand if you think I didn't play well. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Because the guitar has nothing to do with my talk today. Since childhood, I always wanted to play guitar or perform a rap in front of a crowd this big, so I just used this opportunity to fulfill my childhood dream. Because I might not get another moment like this. Which is funny, because an average human being has 86,400 moments in a day. And if we utilize each and every one of them, we can be what we want to be, we can have what we want to have, and we can live like we want to live. And still, we don't. Because 86,400 moments in a day are too many, right? And we can afford to lose few of them by killing our time, isn't it? So just like many others, I used to kill them perfectly by sleeping. By sleeping at home, by sleeping in school, by sleeping in classrooms, in tuitions, and everywhere else. But I didn't know that sleeping or being lazy or not scoring good would lead to a point where I will become a useless person for everyone. My teachers started saying, Raj, you're good for nothing. You won't be able to do anything in your life. My relatives started saying, Raj, your scholar cousins will become doctors or engineers and you'll be the peon outside their office. And that came to an extent where it was fun for everyone to say, but for me to listen. I was getting demotivated and more miserable day by day. One night, I was at the verge of the breakdown and suddenly I heard my mom shouting for help. I ran to her room and saw my dad shivering on the bed. He wasn't able to do anything, just shivering and calling out for my name. We rushed to the hospital while still in the ambulance. My dad holds my hand and said, Son, I know they all believe that you're good for nothing, but I know you're a great man. You're going to fulfill your mom and brother's every dream. I was outside the operation theater. I know my dad was on that bed and I heard that machine going beep, beep, beep. Later, when diagnosed, it was just a diabetic attack. My dad's here. Hi, Dad. But that incident gave me a mission that one day I will give a moment of pride to the only person who trusted me at the time when nobody did. That one day when all those people who ever doubted me are going to stand and give me standing ovation while thinking about every person they ever demotivated in their life, and I look into my dad's eyes and say, you were right, Dad, you were right. So I was all ready to achieve my mission, but I didn't know where to start. And I was waiting for the perfect opportunity which was going to set me apart. But guess what? Waiting for the opportunity didn't work. So I Googled how to be the best. It said, be with the best and do what they do. And since then, everything I do in my life revolves around this one belief. I read every book written about the people I idolize. I emailed every person I think is the best and I asked them every question I had. Some replied, some didn't. I volunteered in their companies. I went to conferences to meet people I think are the best. And I did every possible thing to stay close to them. And still, the opportunity which I was waiting for didn't come. But after observing the world's best, I realized that they don't wait for opportunities to come. They utilize each and every moment out of their 86,400 moments in the day and find their own opportunity. And today, if I want you to take away one thing from my talk, it would be opportunities are everywhere. And we can grab them all if we stop killing our time. So here are the two things which help me save time, and it can help you too. First, start from an end. When I started my journey of learning from the world's best, I thought, oh, Richard Branson. Now I will learn everything from him and achieve all my dreams. Then I was like, oh, Tony Robbins. Now I will do everything he asked me to do and achieve all my dreams. I did everything and still achieved nothing. Because I didn't know what my dream was. I was the fastest in the race with no finish line. Just like many other students who study engineering or management all their life, and right after joining an MNC, they realize, oh, this is engineering. Oh, this is marketing. I never wanted to do this. Running in the race with no finish line. How will we ever win if we keep hustling, grinding, running without an end in our mind? Have you ever played, let me ask you a question. Have you ever played Find a Way puzzle? Anyone? Those who have knows that the best strategy to win the game quickly is to start from an end. Same is with life. Life is like life find a way puzzle. If you want to reach your destination quickly, start from an end. Two instead of a degree. Since I was enthralled by this idea that a person can make me jump out of bed or make me do something just by speaking powerfully. I mean, he was just like, change your state. And all of a sudden, in a second, I went from being a chaiwala to a prime minister. I thought it would be so cool if I could do the same. So I decided to become a speaker. But now I can't become a speaker, right? Like, I was in a management college. How can I? That's what we are taught. That if you want to become a businessman, we need to have an MBA. That if you want to become a fashion designer, we need to have a fashion degree. And so on. So now I'm stuck in a management college. Either I become a manager or I drop out of the college and join a public speaking course. I was very confused. And I asked my dad, Dad, how did you build an empire from nothing without education? Very easily, he replied. Karte karte. By doing. Our parents' generation did unimaginable things without using the secret weapon called Google.com. Then why can't we? Why do we have to go learn something for 3 years when we can do it in 3 days? A few days ago, my best friend told me that he wants to start a social media agency. And that's why he's going to pursue a degree in it. I mean, when will you start and do that? After 2 years, when half of the platforms you learned about are going to be dead? Because in the fast-changing environment, if we learn something today, it's going to be outdated in 3 years by the time we graduate out of university. In the generation of doers, why do we just have to learn from teachers in classrooms when we can collaborate and associate with other doers and teach ourselves? So learning by doing something which you want to is going to save you more time than learning it all for years at one place and then applying it all one day. So, will these two things always work to make you achieve your dreams quickly? Maybe it will, maybe it will not. I don't know. I can't tell you anything about achieving dreams because I'm far from achieving my own. All I know is that in order to achieve my dreams, I need to run, stun, have fun, jump, trump, laugh, scale up the graph on my behalf, read, bleed, lead, cry, fly, the really, really high plans, can build my own clan in such a short span, ride bike from morning till night, become my own fight and fight. And fight. Fight for the dreams I have, do everything I can, become better than who I am, pick up trash cans, help every man. I don't know how will I. Whether I can't or I can. But I will. Because I want to. Do you want to? Today, I got 11 minutes. in which I fulfilled my 3 childhood dreams of playing a guitar, performing a rap, and talking at TEDx. Because opportunities are everywhere, and we can grab them all only if we realize that we have 86,400 moments in a day which we cannot afford to lose by killing our time. Thank you.